Today we have two really high-end OLED monitors, and Matt and I have been arguing a lot about which one's better.
In today's video, with thanks to MSI for sponsoring, we're going to settle the debate. Well, we're going to try to at least, on which option is better for a high-end PC gaming setup. We got a 32-inch 4K 240Hz tandem OLED monitor or a 34-inch 3440 by 1440 ultrawide monitor at 360Hz. Both these monitors are great options if you want to get into PC gaming, but which one is actually the better option for you at home? Well, it will vary, and in today's video, we're going to figure that out by Jackson talking about why you should go with the 32-inch 4K, and I'm going to argue why you should go with the ultra-wide monitor, and also get some other PC gamers' opinions on which one they would choose if they were given an option between the two. And the best part is, you guys at home can vote for yourself using the link in the description down below, and also enter for a chance to win one of MSI's latest QD-OLED monitors, which will talk more about the specs and tech involved with these monitors that make them so cool, like tandem OLED technology, giving some better clarity to text and visuals in games, and we're going to be unboxing each one, showing you what each monitor comes with, and do some live testing. But let's not waste any more time. We're going to unbox Jackson's monitor first. He's going to tell you guys why you should consider the 4K panel.
So the 32-inch monitor we have here is the MPG322UR QD-OLED X24. This is a 4th gen tandem QD-OLED panel. The screen comes with dark armor built in, which gives you 40% deeper blacks and 2.5 times scratch resistance. It has a max nit brightness of 1000, which is great for HDR. It is a 31.5-inch true measurement at 3840 by 2160, and it goes up to 240 Hertz, and this one's not curved, it's just a flat panel. It is 0.03 millisecond response time. It has two HDMI 2.1s that are both 4K 240 Hertz capable, one DisplayPort 2.1a, one USB Type-C, which is a DisplayPort alternative, and it comes with a 3-year warranty, including panel burn-in, and this monitor comes in right around $1,000, give or take, depending on the time that you're looking at purchasing. So if you guys didn't know, I'm actually the 32-inch advocate around here, because I think that having a nice large panel for gaming is actually really nice. Now, me personally, I don't have the greatest eyesight, so I don't want to have to wear my glasses while I game. I just have always found, ever since I started getting into 32-inch monitors, that they're just kind of the way to go for me personally. Now, I run 1440p 32-inch at home, but the 4K 32-inch is definitely going to look really nice, because 32-inch is very big, so that means you're getting a lot of pixels on that. So stretching to 4K is going to make the image look a lot better. Now, we get a standard power cord, which I think means we're not going to have a brick, which is pretty awesome. We built into the back of the monitor. And oh, they give us a specialty microfiber cloth. Ooh, look at that, nice little microfiber cloth. That's definitely a nice touch, because when you have a nice OLED panel, you want to keep that thing clean. You want to keep all the smudges off of it. This is for VESA mounting, so it probably has a little bit of like a recess to it, so this will help you get your VESA mount. We have some instructions and some stickers in here. Oh, and then, did this come inside the box? Did I just miss that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I literally just pulled it out and didn't even notice. It comes with a freaking case of something. I guess this is just our cable. Wow. Okay, so, you know, we'll open these up, see what we got. So we got a nice thick DisplayPort. It actually has their branding on it. It's kind of a nice cable. Like I've never seen a cable and thought, man, that's a high quality cable, but it feels pretty high quality. This is a USB-B 3.0 cable, which is going to be for USB pass-through. It's the same type of cable that like newer printers use as well. See, this is how you know you're getting a good monitor, if it comes with every cable you could need. HDMI is going to be the HDMI 2.1, once again, MSI logos. One more cable. I'm guessing this is C, probably. Yes, USB-C, and that is a thick cable. That thing can probably handle like 100 watts. Pretty insane cable. All right, so that's all the cables. Oh, and you have this too, so I guess you could reuse this and put your cables in there. You could put, you know, power cords, other things. You could use it for other stuff too if you wanted to. A nice little carrying case. All right, we get our stand, and it feels like it's all metal. She feels like a strong stand. Yep, that is a plastic cover, but metal underneath, so pretty heavy. We got anti-slide / scratch. Ooh, toolless, which is always fun. All right, so that looks like it's gonna be pretty strong. Let's go ahead and see what we got in here. Here we go, here we go. I bet there's gonna be a monitor. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas. There's a monitor in here. All right, so the stand is probably gonna be pretty heavy duty. I'm willing to bet this thing's gonna be all of the functionality we could ever want, but it's VESA mountable too, so you got that choice. All right, peeling that off. All right, so we'll go ahead and take this and we'll screw it in, and this is a really nice looking stand, I gotta say. A nice big flat panel monitor, it's a standard aspect ratio. That's the thing that I think Matt's gonna have to combat a lot, is the fact that yes, this is 4K, it's gonna be hard to drive. We do have a 5090 PC to run it, so that's not gonna be a problem. But at the end of the day, I think that a standard 32 or less is gonna be like your go-to for gaming still. I just think that we're not quite to the age, and maybe we never will be, where you know, an ultrawide is like perfect for gaming. Now, for other things, I think he's going to have the competitive edge, but I think for gaming strictly, I feel like mine's gonna win this challenge. But we'll have to see what other people think, because ultrawides do have that appeal of look. They look sick, and I know a lot of people are gonna be thinking, oh man, for work, it's gonna be nice. This is such a thin panel. That's the coolest part about OLED every time, is when you get to it, you're just like, wow, that's like almost paper thin. Actually insane. So this part's toolless. I'm just gonna take it. Imagine I just like drop it, right? So there's just some clips up top. You basically put it on almost like a hinge, and then it just clicks in. If you want to take it off, there's a little piece right here that you push. I mean, it's got a lot of different range to it. We can go up, down. We can do a little bit of rotation. We can do tilt. So yeah, it's got pretty much everything that you could need. But of course, you got base as well if you want to just go with a monitor arm or monitor stand that's different from this. Oh, and it even has this too. You can do some side-to-side rotation as well. And I mean, this thing just looks premium. Like, not only does it look premium, it feels premium. I'm excited to see what it looks like on an actual PC, because this is tandem OLED, so we're going to be able to actually hopefully read text really well on this one.
Now it's time for an ultra-wide monitor. More specifically, I have the MPG-34 1C-QR QD-OLED X36, which is a 5th gen tandem OLED panel, which is a QD-OLED panel. And it's important to mention what QD-OLED is. With QD-OLED, you have an RGB stripe built into the sub-pixel layer to virtually eliminate color fringing and sharply enhance text clarity compared to standard OLED panels. So a lot of the downsides with QD-OLEDs is the text doesn't look the best. With this, it is very much improved, which is really cool to see. This monitor also features the same dark armor technology that gives 40% deeper blacks and 2.5 times scratch resistance, but my monitor has a 1300 nit peak brightness. So we're actually getting a brighter display here if you want to go down that route. It is a 34-inch 3440 by 1440 monitor at 360 Hz with an 1800R curve. The response time is the same, 0.03 millisecond response time. It comes with 2 HDMI 2.1s, a DisplayPort 2.1a, and 1 USB Type-C, which is a DisplayPort in, and it comes with a 3-year warranty with burn-in protection. And we're looking at the same price point here with this monitor, around $1,000. Sometimes you can find it around the $900 to $950 price point. And with all the monitors, you will see up-to-date pricing and availability. Link down below will be in the fill link and will help us out. Now, like Jackson mentioned, he uses bigger monitors, and it has been a while, but there was a point where I daily drove a 34-inch ultrawide at this same resolution, and I really loved it. But back then, there really wasn't a ton of games that supported it. That has improved a lot recently, but there are still some games that may not support it perfectly out of the gate, and why some people may want to go the 32-inch route, especially some competitive titles that don't like you to run that resolution. But we'll see when we get to testing what that looks like. But I've always had a soft spot in my heart for these ultra-wide monitors because they're really cool. They're really big, and when you are playing a single-player game, you get incredibly immersed with the curved display and the fact that it is way wider than a standard panel. All right, so we're gonna go and open up this monitor, and I'm excited to see what is in store if we get just as cool of packaging that Jackson has. And open her up. Oh, yes, we do, baby. Look at this. So we get the same cable bag, which is pretty sick. All the included cables, which I'm going to assume are the same. We have the included stickers right there. We have our USB B to A DisplayPort cable. Again, this is my first time actually feeling these cables. These are really high quality cables. HDMI. So you have options to maybe hook up your console or maybe hook up your PC at the same time, swap between the two, or whatever devices you want. We also get our power cable, which again shows the power supply is built into the display, which is really nice. But there is one thing missing from this monitor is mine does not come with the USB-C cable, which it does support USB-C video out. So that's interesting. I'm surprised that that one did not come with this monitor, but it is something to note if you're choosing between the two. Let's go ahead and take out the stand itself, which is quite a heavy stand. That's the one thing with these ultrawides, if you're not VESA mounting them, you're gonna need a pretty sturdy stand to be able to hold this thing and prevent any sort of wobble. So this one's metal all the way through. We ain't got no plastic on this bad boy. It needs to be as heavy as possible. Jonah, you wanna hold that thing real quick? That thing needs some heft to it to be able to hold that monitor. We also have the same little microfiber that he got, so we can clean our monitor, nice. And then for the stand, same deal. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. It looks pretty big. Should be able to handle our monitor just fine. One thing that we noticed initially is the stand itself is a bit different from the other monitor because it doesn't have that additional piece that allows it to swivel, we believe, because yeah, this is a fixed position here. So we may not have swivel with our monitor stand, which we'll see how that works out once we put it together, but this is a single screw setup here that is toolless, which is really nice. Same deal with the rotation too. So it is locked on this monitor, which honestly makes more sense on this monitor than it does on that monitor. But let's go ahead and get the monitor out. Oh, there it is, it's so wide. Yeah, productivity users will absolutely love this monitor. So if you're a gamer who actually gets some work done instead of just gaming all day, my gosh, you definitely will love an ultra-wide because Premiere timelines or any sort of multitasking, if you want a single really nice display, getting an ultra-wide like this is absolutely elite. You cannot pass it up. Can I do it? Do it live. Oh, look at that, beautiful. So that monitor is clicked in, nice. I'll move this down here. I just threw a box cutter on the ground. Please don't step on it. Ultra wide. Now, I think 34 inch is a really nice ultra wide size. I know you could go really crazy with like a 49-inch ultra wide, and that will immerse you. It's pretty cool for like a racing sim setup, but this is kind of like the middle of the ground where you're getting good immersion with that 1800R curvature, and you're also getting, well, the ultra wideness when you're playing games at a full resolution of 3440 by 1440. Both this monitor also being 360 hertz compared to Jackson's monitor, we're getting a higher refresh rate and an easier to drive panel. This ultra wide is actually easier to drive than standard 4K, so for some people that may be a better bargain, especially when you play games you can run that resolution and get 360 hertz with a high-end PC. It's cool to consider ultra wide for your gaming setup. And yeah, just to verify once again, rotation is locked. We do get the up and down. Everything looks pretty good. I love all the carbon fiber accents. I love all the ports that we have accessible to us and the little menu button right here. But I've unboxed my monitor. Jackson unboxed his. Let's get them hooked up for the first time and see what they're all about.
All right, so we got a little fruit sensory video up, a nice little OLED challenge going on both these monitors. And obviously, because we are running multi, this one is gonna be kind of like a weird bar kind of deal, which may happen in some games, but my 32-inch here, man, that's looking nice. Now, obviously, we have pretty much the same tandem OLED panel technology, so we're not really comparing like, oh, this one has deeper blacks versus this one, because they're literally both MSI. They're both great panels. We're really just gonna be looking at which one is the better overall experience for gaming, for doing online stuff, and then what do people prefer around this office? Do they want a giant 4K 32-inch, or do they want an even gianter 34-inch curved ultra-wide? And I don't know, I mean, so far, I'm liking the look of my 32. She's looking real nice, and obviously we got some good hardware, like I mentioned earlier, 5090 to drive this 32, but they both look really good though, I gotta say.
So now we found a video that is 21:9 that actually allows you to display all the beauty of this monitor. And again, we have a 16:9 video over there on the standard 32-inch panel. But yeah, with content that is 21:9, you're gonna be really immersed. You get the 3440 by 1440 resolution and the OLED panel. It's gonna look pretty dang good. It just depends on the games that you get into. Again, it's been a long time since these monitors have been out, so a lot of games do support it, but there are still some that may have some issues, and we'll do some testing to see if we can find some that will have those issues, which really just means you'll have some black bars on the side because you can't run it at the full 21:9 aspect ratio. But we've gone over the monitors, we've given our opinions on them and why you should choose one over the other. Let's see what some other people around the office think, including the guy behind the camera with some video game testing.
You guys know where we're at. The world's greatest game show. We're gonna be testing first the 32-inch 4K 240 hertz panel. And I'm gonna say this, I've always never been the biggest ultra-wide fan, let alone a 32-inch fan, but I will say if you're going with a 32-inch monitor, I definitely think you should be at the 4K resolution. It's kind of similar to 1440p 27-inch, which is what I run at home. So in terms of like how clear this image looks, I would say it gets the pass from me in that regard. I do think with more games supporting ultra-wide now, especially not at an insane ultra-wide like 49 inches, I think for some people, ultra-wide can make sense. But I'm liking this so far. This is what I'm used to, honestly. So I can't really say much about like, ooh, this is different. This is cool and everything, because I also run an OLED at home. This one is definitely a much nicer OLED compared to the one that I run, but it looks good. There's really nothing else to really say about it. It's nice and smooth, no screen tearing of any kind, fluid, and yeah, that's initial impressions on Mr. 32-inch. Yeah, and I think for us setting it up, we have obviously two that we're looking at here. So I think in a regular office setup, or if you have it in an ideal position, that'd be nice because I mean realistically, most monitors nowadays have some kind of burn-in care, which this one does have. But just automatically turning the display off, especially if you have a lot of stagnant images on your display, it's just a good, nice peace of mind thing that it is one of those features where you're getting what you kind of pay for at a more premium OLED, which is nice to see. Now on the ultra wide, and it does feel ultra wide, that's for sure. And there's one other thing to note too. Since this is a 360 hertz monitor, it's probably very likely placebo, but it is just a tiny bit more fluid. I would say personally, and again, that's probably me like going back and forth, like, oh wow, I'm noticing a difference. I game every day on a 240 hertz monitor, and I am a really sweaty gamer. So, despite maybe not being the best one out there, so 240 hertz, in my opinion, is just fine. Don't let that be like a determining factor for which monitor you buy. 360 hertz is always really nice, especially if you're playing sweaty games like Valorant or CS or things like that that can easily support the 360. Otherwise, even modern games like this without a 5090, you're probably not going to be getting close to 360 unless you're using DLSS and FrameGen. You can get a 240 just fine, but it does look really nice because we're pushing 385 and we're utilizing all 360 hertz right now out of this monitor, which is really cool to see. I am, I'm actually impressed with how natural the ultrawide feels compared to gaming on a standard size monitor, because I've never been on an ultrawide before, like long term, but if there's a lot of games that you particularly like to play that you know support ultrawide, it wouldn't be a bad option because you get a little extra real estate too on your screen.
So which one are you picking, Jonah? It's free and you have to take it home right now. Which one are you taking?
Well, I mean, I did mention
he didn't mention wanting it on his setup.
I want one on my office setup, but no, if I'm picking one, man, that's tough. Because hear me out, right? This ultrawide has a higher refresh rate. It's easier to run for your PC. So if you have like a 9070 XT like I have, I feel like you really need a nice monitor. You really need like a really ultra beefy 5080 and up PC for this 32-inch 4K for it to make sense. Just to try something new, I think I would pick the ultrawide. I think I would pick the ultrawide, honestly.
All right, we got one for ultrawide. Let's see what else everyone else thinks around the office. This is Zach testing the 32-inch.
Now, I don't get to play on OLEDs much. This is probably like one of the first times. And the finals is a perfect game for it because the colors are just so... I'm just going to get like distracted by the colors and not even fight. Why did you give me the bow? That's the worst.
This was Jonah. Jonah was here before.
Oh, the sweaty
gamer. Some specs you should know about this monitor too. This is a 4K 32-inch 240 hertz monitor that is OLED.
Damn, this is cool.
So what do you think about like the size of the monitor?
I think the size is perfect. This is exactly what I would want. I feel like, is this, what's the refresh rate? I missed
240.
It. Oh, 240? No, this is
32-inch 4K.
Oh, is this like a tutorial mode? Or
you're just in a
bot lobby?
Yes, you're basically in a little bot lobby map just to run around.
This is sick. Extremely smooth, looks great. Are we rocking all highest settings too?
I think this is pretty turned. Jonah usually turns it up. We are running some frame gen so that you can actually get, well over the 240 hertz, 240 FPS.
I appreciate Jonah picking a game mode that I won't insta die in.
Yeah, you can't die in this one.
This looks really good. So there's ray tracing?
Well, we're gonna let you try out the ultrawide too.
Yeah.
So then we kind of want to know. The main question is, if you were if you're given one for free, which one would you take? But you can only pick one.
I get one for free?
Sure.
Theoretically. Let's switch to the ultrawide. The big specs you should know, it's a 3440 by 1440 ultrawide, so it is actually lower res than the 4K one by a little bit, but it's wider.
Okay.
This one's 360 hertz.
Pretty smooth too, but I think I'm not a huge fan of the ultra wide. I think it would also help if I was sitting down to really get like immersed in it. I don't hate it. You know what? I don't know if I would like this better for all games. I think for certain games, the ultrawide is the move. Racing games would probably be fun.
Ooh, yeah, like a
FPS, I mean, it works for sure. You definitely see a little bit more, which is pretty neat. But I think this just like was so encapsulating as far as like just getting me locked in on a game. I feel like the ultrawide's a little bit gimmicky. Unless there's certain games that you want to play. That's such a hard decision. Yeah, both free.
Which one are you theoretically walking away with?
Oh my god, theoretically?
Not physically.
Not physically.
Dude, this is so hard because like, I think if I was in the right game, the ultrawide 100%.
I think it's also important to mention too, you are an editor. So as an editor, talk about like the ultrawide
aspect.
And
he has an ultrawide that he has.
Yeah, for not gaming, this would be sick for Premiere. I don't know why you'd need an OLED for Premiere, but it would be kind of cool.
Pretty video.
It'd be pretty.
So which one you picking?
Oh man, that's so hard because at first I was like 100% this, but now when I'm thinking of different scenarios, like if I was playing a single player game like Claire Obscure or something, I don't think the ultrawide would be that necessary. So I think overall this one's better for like all things, where this one, in the specific cases that it's going to be better, will be way better. Like big scenic games, big story mode, or first-person shooters.
Imagine Matt and I just turned around right now. Which one are you walking out of the room with?
Shit.
And you can take it anywhere.
Ultrawide.
Ultrawide.
Oh, we're going with the ultrawide.
Yeah, it's a hard one. They're very, very close. I wouldn't be upset with either, but ultrawide.
I'm testing 32 inches of raw monitor power.
Raw manpower.
First of all, this monitor, beautiful. I love it. Great colors, great refresh rate, everything about it. I like it. Contrast is good. You said it's 4K?
This one's 4K.
I've never gamed on a 4K monitor before. This is my first time doing it. I don't know if I inherently see... I didn't know you could come in here. I don't know if I inherently see a difference between this and 1440p unless I had them like side by side. But I can say, just looking at it, it is a very nice display. The screen size is a little big. I think if I was like seated properly and at like the best viewing angle, I could get used to it. I do think that for more competitive games, it might be a little bit too big, but at the same time, like I'm straying away from competitive gaming and more into like casual dad gamer mode. So I still play competitive games, but not the same level I used to. So I could honestly see myself with a monitor this size. I have a 27-inch monitor at home, so it's not a massive jump. Honestly, it's kind of nice. I like it. I feel like it'd be really good for like viewing TV shows, movies, and like other content too besides just gaming.
All right, we'll swap to the ultrawide and see what you think.
So I've also never gamed on an ultrawide before, so this is my first time trying
Dude,
that.
I can see him looking side to side. That's how you know it's big.
It is big, and honestly, the viewing angles are way better than I expected. I always thought with an ultrawide, like it'd kind of be like normal flat panels where you have to be like kind of straight on to get the best experience. But since it's curved, you can kind of go side to side and still get that full experience. It is way more immersive than a straight on screen, just because it kind of wraps around your peripheral. And with me being blind, it kind of like helps like me see more, you know?
Curves with the human eye.
It does curve with the human eye. That
See,
is
this is
the
what
benefit.
we're really finding in this video is
Yes.
people actually like curved monitors, and y'all have been lying to yourselves all these years.
Ooh.
It is
That's
nice.
it. I'm taking the curved monitor now. That's my choice.
Which one, is this 1440p you said?
So it's 3440 by 1440. So it's basically 1440p stretched extra long. So it is 1440p. So in theory, a little bit easier to run, but it is, ultra wide.
It's almost like 1440, and they added a 1080p monitor on the
Pretty
side.
much, yeah.
I do think the 4K had a slightly like better overall picture with it, but I mean it is 4K compared to 1440p. But I mean 1440p is still plenty good, and for me, I think getting the extra frame rate is nice if we're like nitpicking 1440p versus 4K. It's tough because I really do like the ultra-wide aspect more than I thought I would for gaming. At the same time, I would worry about compatibility in like other games, how it works in other games, but in the finals, this looks good. I could see myself playing like this.
Games have gotten a lot more supportive in like the 21:9 and 32:9. So that leads us to one last question, Zach. If Matt and I turned around and you could just walk out with only one of these for free right now, which one would you pick?
That's really tough because I feel like I would be extremely happy with either one. If I was playing a lot of immersive, like single player games, and it's weird because the 4K, I feel like it's better for single player games, so you don't need that higher refresh rate that competitive games need. So that's where the 1440p shines. But at the same time, since it's ultra wide, I feel like that's more catered towards single player gaming experiences as well. So like, they both have their niches, but they kind of like overlap and clash a little bit. I would probably go with the 4K monitor. I do like the ultra wide, but I do like having multiple monitors as well. And I just feel like having a main ultra wide with an extra monitor on the side, or even two extra monitors, that'd just be too freak mode. In terms of overall appearance, I would like a standard panel a little bit more than ultra wide.
Nice. One more person. All right, Tyler. 32-inch monitor. You got the whole spiel about what this monitor is. What are your thoughts on the monitor?
I rock 32-inch at home.
Oh,
as
so
it
your
is.
team 32-inch like Jackson.
I do like 32-inch. 4K, it looks great. I would love to be editing my photos and stuff on this.
Yeah, mentioned that. What do you do
Yeah.
on the side? You do a lot of photo editing. And
Right. So I do a lot of film photography. I make my own videos as well. So I do a lot of photo editing, whole lot of photo editing, also video. And I actually edit mainly off my laptop.
Yeah.
And it's a 1080p laptop at that, but it does have it has great innards to it, which is why it's fine, it's good. It works, it gets the job done, but man, I would love to edit on something like this. Having both would be nice.
You're just like, I want
Side by
both
side.
of them. All right. So yeah, slightly lower resolution, but you're getting 360 hertz on this one.
Right.
And obviously you're just gaming on it, but we already touched on the fact that as a creator, something like this would be sick.
Yes, the extendedness of it is what would make it really nice. Timelines and stuff like that. But I mean, this feels excellent. Like, I mean, it is. Yeah,
Buttery.
You can feel every bit of that smoothness. Yeah.
So if you had the $1 million question of we turn around, you're taking one monitor, don't cost anything. Which one are you walking away with and why?
I'm taking this one.
Really? He's taking.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
I
curveball.
did not see that coming.
Now you're making me second guess.
Oh, now he's thinking.
If I was only gonna have one monitor, then I would definitely go this route because I could split. This is basically you can make this two.
But what if you could have 6 of these, Tyler?
Then I'm going this way for sure, 100%.
All right, you guys heard it. I mean, yeah, he's picking the 32 inch.
Hey, there you go. All right, guys, let's wrap this video up.
So that was a pretty interesting test because we tied. And at the end of the day, it's interesting to see that both of these monitors are very loved in different ways because although they're both really nice QD-OLED OLEDs, it is one of those things where depending on your use case, you may like one more than the other.
And yeah, they're both from MSI and they're both pretty great depending on your use case. And you can learn more about either one of these monitors and let us know in the comments down below which one you would choose. Be sure to check those links in the description down below for up-to-date pricing availability for each one of them. And I'm curious what the most popular one is going to be from our audience because around the office, it seems to be pretty split.
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
Now, if you didn't know, discord.gg/ToastyBros, we have a whole thriving Discord community of people who are really kind and don't ever do anything toxic, and we even have a deal page on there.
It's crazy he kept a straight face saying that, but you could join the Discord and potentially get it to that point and save some money on PC parts and a bunch of other stuff that Jonah shares in the deals section. Head on over to discord.gg/ToastyBros today. See you guys later. Goodbye.